Hello guys and welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. Once again I'm Greg and this is the starting 11 show. Of course this time out it's Man City away and it can't help but feel a bit like picking which lambs to send out to the slaughter. I know that's not a very optimistic lens to put on this, but after what was a dreadful result against Wolves last week, things do feel a bit more apocalyptic again post World Cup. Surface level here, it goes without saying, but games like Wolves we have to be winning. Other relegation threatened teams who haven't shown much, and then the nature of the loss as well. It came after what felt like a few tactical blunders in the game. Lampard seems to know how to set up a team, but then gets it wrong when it comes to having to react to the situation of the game. Of course, he then depends on how you take the quotes, but there's this sort of idea that he turned on the crowd a little bit by saying it's the nerves of the Goodison crowd that spur the other team on whenever they go forward. And I can't remember who, maybe it was Ruben Neves, one Portuguese Wolves player, no, it doesn't narrow it down much, echoed that sentiment. I think Ben Foster might have said it last season. But I think the narrative of it's the crowd. It's almost the reverse narrative of the old, get into the box and the crowd will suck it into the net. It's almost the flipping of that narrative, and I think it's horrendously unfair, and especially for Lampard, who largely has kept his job because of the faith that Everton fans put in him at the end of last season, the huge rallying effort that Everton fans put behind, seeing off the team bus and welcoming the players in, and I think that was largely a cause of our successes, our ability to stay up at the end of last season, and the faith the board has in Lampard and his synergies with the club. So I think to then, whether the quotes are taken out of context or not, I think running the risk of having them out there and that turning that one benefit against him is very dangerous for him and his job security. Anyways, in terms of injury news, Calvert-Lewin fit and available. Heard fit and available lots of times for Calvert-Lewin, and he's now festering with a trifecta of injuries in his thigh, his calf, his shoulders. So God knows if he's fit or available, or we're just rushing him back because Mopai is proving semi-inept at scoring goals and filling the hole left by Calvert-Lewin. I imagine Calvert-Lewin will be rushed back in for this one. He has been all throughout Lampard's tenure. He's never really got fit. Mina's to be assessed after cramp. In other words, grass is green, sky's still blue. Mina is unfit. I don't think that matters anyway because Cody will be back. Obviously, he couldn't play against Wolves because of the split allegiance of his loan contract. And there's some mystery illness going around Goodison. We heard it a bit during the World Cup of camps where the France team's all down with some sort of sickness, and I think it happened to a few nations here and there. But that illness seems to have crept its way into the Everton team. So we'll see if that affects any players. There might be one or two here or there that that haven't recovered in time and can't get in the team. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Other than what of course, setback in Townsend, in Townsend's recovery, probably something to do with going out and doing the commentary. Garner not fit, some sort of back problem keeping him out for the rest of the month or another month. But the team, Pickford in goal, of course. Back line, of course, without Mina. Cody will step in, but other than that, I think it'll stay the same. Patterson, Cody, Tarkowski, and Mikalenko. Midfield should stay the same. Anana, Gay, and Iwobi. Can't see what we change on that front. And the front line, I think Calvert-Lewin steps in for Mopai. If not, he will probably feature in some capacity. Knowing Frank Lampard, if he comes on, it'll be when it's far too far gone the game, and he will just risk Calvert-Lewin's legs for the sake of a cameo that might boost the crowd for 5 minutes. So Gordon, of course, Calvert-Lewin and Gray. I think Mopai might drop. Of course, he provided a bit of quality from one set piece. Other than that, during the last game, he sort of lazily trudged around and did not contribute too much. Quite damning videos going around, and I know you can't take a player's performance down to a 2-minute clip on Twitter, but him being outpaced by the referee when it comes to a late run into the box, he's overtaken by the official I know, again, you can't take that out of context, but it's a damning look at the shift he was putting in. And it reflects a bit what it's felt like his whole time at the club so far, you know. But the quality from the set piece was good. So I think that's the team: Pickford, Patterson, Cody, Tarkowski, Mikalenko, Gay, Anana, Iwobi, Gordon, Gray, and probably Calvert-Lewin if he's deemed fit enough. If not, we'll start with Mopa and we'll probably see Calvert-Lewin a little later on. Anything you guys would change there? Do you think go back to a back five for City and just hope we can ride out a 0-0? I can't see us snatching a goal in this one, but yeah, maybe we go to a back five. Let me know what you guys think about that. Any other personnel you want to see integrated? Do you think that, I mean, at the moment, midfield largely unchanged between games, defence largely unchanged. Do you think we're playing well enough to justify not chopping and changing and rotating, just because the midfield had a sort of solid 3-game spell where they seem to be all on the same page? Same with the back line. Do you think that's now enough to see us ride that through the rest of the season, or do you think try getting Takuri in there, try getting Holgate in there, this, that, or the other? Let me know, guys. Hopefully more optimistic video next week.